Hey guys, we're back with some fake Grand Order. Last time we fought Gawain again, but it was more of a draw than a defeat really. But she killed all the Caterpillar bros, but she blushed at us, so I think we got her on our side now. We waifuized her. Alright, so now we're here with Mashu and Ask, who I'm really curious about. They got me into the Mashu segments now. Oh, right, we're looking for someone who has OGE in their name. Bay Area 400, back when Britain's Tree of Happiness still stood, intact and whole. Mashu is enjoying a peaceful respite with Ask and Todorat at their forest camp. Though still bewildered by how simultaneously similar and different her surroundings were, she told her new companions everything she could about her experiences in Fairy Britain. So that's everything I know about the Isle of Britain, the land of the Fae. Does that help? Ask? Is there something wrong with her? Don't be rude, Todorat. She isn't lying. She's telling us about the distant future. So in the future, this place is called Fairy Britain. A queen named Morgan unifies all the clans. There's a figure known as the Child of Prophecy, as well as invaders from proper human history. Well, I mean, invaders is a strong word. Oh, I'm sorry. I predicted the future. Forgive me, I'm still processing everything you've told me. No, it's okay. Can't blame me for thinking of us that way. Mashu's very trusting. These guys could be evil, even if she is a Saberface. I mean, Morgan's a Saberface. Anyway, does that mean you believe me about coming here from the future, Ask? It's a lot to take in. I can mostly tell you're being honest about it. Part of me doesn't want to believe it, especially regarding the Child of Prophecy. That she's the Savior Reborn? The next fairy destined to save Britain? Oh, yes! She literally could just be like her fairy reincarnate. Oh, no. Artoria Caster's not a fairy. There's been enough foreshadowing to hint that she's not. There's such a person in the future, that means, hell, means I'm going to fail. Yeah, there's no way Ask's gonna fail this time. She's gonna bring peace to Britain, you'll see. The Miraclan Fairy doesn't know what she's talking about, so I forget exactly what Ask did. So, she did two things, right? This is her second go about? Right? I don't know. I gotta look at the history again, the timeline. You're right, Todorat. You have to make sure I succeed this time. You'll help me, won't you? You bet I will. I'm always happy to help girls who are doing their best. Then your name's Mashu, right? You got bad luck showing up when you did. You want my help? You're gonna have to wait until I finish making Ask happy. That's fine. Thank you, Todorat. I know I can count on you. Mashu, if you don't have anywhere else to go, you can stay with us. But if you do, I'd like you to promise me one thing. If you want to return to your own time, you shouldn't say anything else about the future. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, right. That because intervening in the past could end up changing the future? Something like that? Oh? I doubt anything you say or do here will have any effect on the heir of the High Queen. But there could be fairies here in the Fae area, where the Tree of Happiness is still intact, whose destinies could end up warped. Huh? So, nothing I do here will have any effect on the heir of the High Queen? What do you mean by that? It's a loop. Hold it, Mashu. It's getting into the future again, right? Oh, right. Of course. I shouldn't even be talking about the heir of the High Queen anymore, should I? That's right. Saying this more to protect your destiny than ours. Or whatever, Ask is actually the evil one here, and she's manipulating Mashu. When you go back to your own time, you can't bring back any knowledge that will create a paradox. Why not? The larger the paradox, the larger the resulting gaps in your memory will be. You don't want to lose your precious memories, right? It's better if you avoid discussions of the future as much as possible. That being said, I really have to question this High Queen Morgan's judgment in handling calamities by sending them back to the past. If you hadn't defeated the calamity of Norwich in the future, then we would have found that giant hand thing you told us about on that beach instead of you, right? Talk about a close call. If it had been that thing we encountered, we might have lost the Knight of Londinium who finally just appeared. In that sense, you've helped us more than I can possibly say, Mashu. Thanks to you and this horsey person saving us from that battle. our own battle should go much more smoothly. So, wait, does Morgan know this whole time she's just been sending stuff for Ask to kill? It's a battle you're fighting as the savior of Britain, right? Is that the battle from the year 4000 of the Fae era? Or the War of the Summer from Fae era 2000? What year is it right now? Huh? The War of Summer happened in Fae era 10,000. The only war that took place in the year 2000 was the Yard Dispute between the Earth and the Wind clans. Back when Britain was a lot smaller than it is now. The Yard Dispute, I love that. It's like, they built a fence, but one argues that the fence is like a foot too close to their yard. Oh wait, I think I understand. Those year numbers must be backwards. At the time Mashu's from, they probably count the Fae era years backwards, starting from the first year of the era of the High Queen. I keep things simpler if we just talk about past events in terms of how many years ago they happened. The War of Summer took place 1600 years ago, which would make it Fae era 2000 from your perspective, Mashu. Ask is smart. There's a massive invasion perpetrated by Ireland, the Isle of Shadows. Wait, Ireland exists? Skahawk? It's the second attempt by the Northern Fairies to invade Britain. They're led by Queen Mab, who worked her human army like slaves. That was a really close call, wasn't it, Torterot? So, okay. I guess, right, I'm assuming there isn't a fairy Ireland. I'm assuming that after the tree got cut down, they lost. Wait. No, doesn't Fairy Britain actually cover the whole world? Wait, I forget how they talked about it. Hold on. I'm mixing up my lore. But I think the world of Fairy Britain actually is its own, like, it covers the entire Earth, right? But, like, in its own way? It sure was. They almost killed every clan in Britain. Don't know what we would have done if I hadn't been for you and the Black Knight. Right, Black Knight? Wait. Oh. You're just a regular guy. True. Queen Mab was a very powerful fairy. Not just because she had Albion's protection. Albion is a person? Or... No. Wait. What? Okay, wait, so... Why would... The way it says that, it kind of sounds like Albion's a person, but... I thought Albion was like the country. Like that's what they called Britain back then. But you wouldn't have Albion's protection if she was invading Albion. Yeah, whatever you say, Mashu, yeah. Yeah, she had a primordial strength about her that the Southern Fairies simply don't possess. Ask managed to buy us some time. She really wanted to wipe out the clans. There's nothing we could have done to stop her. But then, just as Mab was on the verge of victory, she proposed a truce out of nowhere. She then went on to occupy the vacant throne left behind by the Rang clan in Orkney, became the lord of the entire northern region. I see. Thank you for filling me in. Filing me in. Typo. By the way, may I ask who that is? This is Sir Black Knight, my escort. He and I have known each other for a long time now, haven't we? Indeed. Ever since you first became a public figure. Ask and I have fought side by side for over 2,000 years now. Don't know how much more I can take, even with this undying body. Succeed or fail, really hope this is your last attempt to save Britain. Oh, so is this the same Black Knight? Well, I know there's a Black Knight in RuneScape. So, and... How does he work again? So, he uses Protect from prayers. I remember that, so... You have to, like, hit him with Excalibur once to be able to kill him? Because if you don't, you won't be able to hit him. Don't worry, it's going to work this time. And he's also in Monty Python. All you have to do is make sure the coronation goes smoothly. Guess that's true. If this doesn't work, then nothing will. After 10,000 years of fighting, clans have finally agreed to live peacefully under Britain's new king. Though I still find it hard to believe that a human of all people succeeded at unifying the 5 clans. Still, I suppose it makes sense, since fairies would never submit to another fairy's rule. If only we would realized it sooner. Is Ask not the king? It's someone else? Wait, hold on. Did you say Britain has a king? A human, no less? That's right. Mab's still grumbling about it, though. So she's a much better choice for Britain's king than some human. Well, you know how proud Mab can be, Tortigot. Starting with mentioning what happened with the War of Summer. Anyway, we're getting off track. There's been all these, like, little, like, background details they mentioned throughout the story. Now they're all just being shoved back into my face. I'm like, wait, hold on. What do I know? What do I already know? What do I already know? Right now, Mashu, we're in what you would call Fae Era 400. Which I guess this means this High Queen Morgan will appear 400 years from now. You know, I shouldn't think about it, but it's really hard not to. I know Uther is human, but he only has 10 more years left at most. Oh, okay, Uther Pendragon, gotcha. So does that mean his heirs will inherit the throne for a few generations till Morgan emerges to assume the throne in 400 years? Do we get a King Arthur? There's not a King Arthur, right? Is that even possible? I guess you don't know either. I'll ask. You know, at least it sounds like this new king is successful at keeping peace between the clans. Well, did she not recognize the name Uther? Like, this is Mashu, who knows the names of like every obscure like Japanese heroic spirit they throw out. Mashu doesn't recognize the name Uther? Come on. After all, the fairy burden I know, there's almost no interclan warfare whatsoever. Sorry, I go talking about the future again. That one was fine, Mashu. Still within the margin of error. Anyway, there's still peace in the future. That's good to hear. Up until now, Britain has been plagued for millennia with endless turf wars between the clans. To see that fighting end with our generation would be absolutely wonderful. So thanks to us, Morgan and the Wind Clan, Morgan's around, and Uther's coalition army giving the Earth, Wind, and Fang and Mir clans what's for. I believe that's the name of a band, Earth, Wind, Fang, and Mir, right? Our only draw was with Mab of the King clan. But now that Mab's marrying Uther to unify nations, the two of them together might just be invincible. I do feel just a little bad for Mab, since Uther so obviously loves you, ask. Don't be silly, Totogon. Of course he doesn't. That's because Uther's her dad. Besides, once I see Uther take the crown and accept the bone bell from the clans, I'm going to go back to paradise. I think Uther and Mab will make a great couple too. Right, does that mean Maeve is Artorias' mom? I'm sure the two of them ruling together will bring peace to Britain for the next 400 years. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still need to ensure the coronation in Londinium goes smoothly. Why aren't you using the cathedral in Salisbury for that ask? Isn't there far more history to be found there? I thought fairies didn't have cathedrals. I thought they were just mimicking humans. I'm on to you. Londinium may be an invincible fortress, but it still smells of blood. Is Salisbury the one where the cathedral is? I got no idea the city names, okay? But it still smells of blood. It's bound to attract Moors. Okay, Moors are around. If you ask me, Salisbury is still the safer choice. Maybe. Salisbury is also closer to the pit. That place worries me more. No one in Britain knows what's at the bottom of the pit. Oh. Now the fairies of Britain fear it too much to even go near it. I'm the only one who can investigate what's inside. Much too deep for me to do so alone. If only there was someone brave and strong with magical energy to match a fairy. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Someone who wasn't from Britain, who was still willing to help. Then I could go investigate it right now. Ask what is it? Of course! We do have someone like that now! Hooray! Change your plans, everyone! Going to the pit, right now. Asher and I are gonna finally uncover the truth behind the greatest mystery in Britain. Have a chat with her with like your mouth wide open will never not be funny. Words? Yeah, okay. Salisbury. Okay, Salisbury is the one with the... Okay, that is... interesting lore drop. Because fairies started imitating humans after Morgan took over, which is why, you know, all of Salisbury is the way it is. So why would Salisbury have a cathedral if Morgan wasn't around yet and they weren't imitating humans? They've mentioned like 2 or 3 times the cathedral doesn't have a purpose. We're on to something. Eve of the decisive battle 1. Yeah, so section 15, I saw the names. It is like defending Londinium or something. I have no idea how they dragged this out for 2 chapters, which is like 2 hours long. Oh, so I had to resize OBS, like the screen region. It is a little too big, I've noticed, but I'm not going to resize that here. And now that I pointed it out to you, you're now screaming. Tintago's Bell of Pilgrimage, I've been hearing constantly for 16 years, rings in the distance. Artoria? It's a crude, roughly hewn bell that looks nothing like the bells it's based on. It embodies the wish that the child of prophecy will one day grow strong and set off on her journey. Tintago is a coastal village located north of Cornwall. It's a small, insignificant place. Both the High Queen and the clan heads tend to forget it exists. Castor brought you a new book about etiquette for upper-class fairies. You should study it now so that you'll be ready when you leave for the castle one day. Let's see. Do you mind if I put the table here? By the way, have your Fae markings grown yet? I'll be 16 years old in only 2 more years, you know? Getting a little worried. Your journey is going to be hard enough as it is. She won't have Fae marking. Well, I don't know what a Fae marking is, but she won't have them because she's a human. I see you're working hard again today, Castor. You're so diligent, dedicated, and innocent. You play just as hard as you study. You always find whatever it is the village needs at any given moment. Also, by the way, it will never not be funny that they just named Artoria Castor to make it work like that. The other fairies could learn a thing or two from you. Just seeing you in action fills us with hope. Still, I'm afraid it's going to be difficult to pay this year's tax. Thankfully, we should be able to squeak by thanks to all your help. But at this rate, Tintago may cease to exist by the time you turn 16. What are we going to do? Why must you be so very what? I swear, none of these fairies have any tact. Guess that's what happens when you've lived past your prime. Well, there's nothing wrong with saying when you don't like something, but you should say so. Don't you agree, Castor? I mean, you don't want anyone treating you differently just because you're the child of prophecy either, right? Oh, they know then. Okay. So come on, let's do something fun. Elder's not going to mind if you just hang out for a little while. Did you hear there's a merchant caravan coming this way from the East Road? Maybe we can get musical instruments from Gloucester. If they have any, I'm sure they'd sell to you. You're the child of prophecy. Oh, have you been growing? One of the older fairies is saying you grow and change over time, unlike the rest of us. Come on, we all know she's human. So weird to think about. I guess it's better that way. With the magical energy you have now, you couldn't even survive against a single black dog. So hurry up and grow as much as you can, okay? Till then, we'll keep you safe. Everyone had such high hopes for me. It was a tiny village with no future. They all believed in me, even though I didn't deserve it. I'm sorry. Sorry I'm so weak. Sorry I couldn't be stronger. Sorry I couldn't protect our village. What's wrong with this village? Told them it was futile to fight back. You still try to resist. They all go crazy. Forget the Tintago fairies. Find the child of prophecy. We've embarrassed ourselves enough as it is. We let her escape now. I'll never be able to face the High Queen Morgan. His voice was like thunder. The first time I'd heard a truly powerful fairy roar with anger. I was too scared to even try to fight. All I could do was run away by myself, crying. Old dwarf man. Sorry, Grandpa. Wish I could have stayed there with you. That was a unique sprite to just show it for 1 frame. They're gonna bring him back, right? Grandpa lived. Only took half a day to make it to Salisbury. This new carriage is so much easier to pull. Now that we're fighting against the Queen, no intention of obeying the speed limit anymore. Okay, they had a speed limit. This pace, we're gonna make it to London before sunset. What would you like to do? Yeah, Lancelot, by the way, doesn't always speeding. I mean, she's a cop, legally allowed to speed. Just turn on the sirens. I don't think there's any rush. Do you think Lancelot has like sirens on her visor? I love that image. Seconded. To get out of here before my poor back and butt shattered completely. I could use a breather too. Think I'm getting a little motion sick. Why don't we rest up at Mike's restaurant? Been wanting to talk to him about something anyway. Okay. How about you, Percival? You think Aurora would just let us ring the bell? Like, I doubt it, but it'd be nice. Going to continue on to Londinium. I'm sure the Child of Prophecy will be welcome in Salisbury. I don't think the same can be said for the commander of the Round Table Army. Huh? What are you talking about, Percival? There's a resistance movement in Salisbury too, right? Why don't you just work together? I feel like they're trying to, like, you know, framing it that way, but they're really, like, not. It's not that simple. The Round Table Army and Salisbury Rebel Army are different organizations. They may be similar, but their goals aren't quite the same. Especially since Aurora is still publicly presenting herself as being on the Queen's side. If she did anything to hint that she's sympathetic to the Round Table Army, she'd be squished like a bug, clan head or not. Yes, that's true, yeah? Any kind of a bad luck to just be sitting on the sidelines at this point? Not at all, Lord Muramasa. Wouldn't expect Lady Aurora to choose anything else. Anyway, Kunji's telling me she still has plenty of energy, so I'm gonna go ahead to Londinium. Oh, they all like her. Oh, beloved child of prophecy. I'm a very good singer. Oh, valiant child of prophecy. Courageous savior of Norwich. Equal of the Queen in Camelot. That's I'm in rhythm with it. Yeah, anyway. You're a star, I told ya. Bonafide star. Well, just as soon not be if it means having pancakes with my face on them. Worst part is they're prettier than I am. Wait, what is it about Winkland fairies that makes them so good at getting under your skin? Da Vinci, you're finally back. Where were you? You said that you're only going to be gone a little while, but it's been over 2 weeks. Really? I know they gave us a day count, but we're over a month in, aren't we? Oh, never mind that. The important thing is you're back. There's so many things I want to show you. Got a whole new menu. I'm getting along better with the Wind Clan fairies. We've been hanging out with humans now. Been really busy, but I'm having so much fun. Hey, Mike. Sorry if you're making you worry. No, don't you think you might be trying a few too many new things at once? You're the kind of fairy who concentrates best when you're on your own. I think you'd be better off sticking to one thing at a time. You think? Well, maybe you're right. One is just not enough anymore. You're all the amazing things you taught me, Da Vinci. Everything just pales in comparison. Eesh. I scold you after a compliment like that. Sorry, Horsey. I need to stop by the kitchen and taste test Mike's new recipes. Just hope he hasn't used any overly strange seasonings this time. By all means, take your time. You're happy, Oberon. We'll just be resting up in the back. He's like, oh god, it feels so good to murder that guy. Like, turn him into Moors or whatever. That was great. Nice to see Da Vinci's got a friend. Well, more of an apprentice, really. She said she'd get to know him while she's wandering around on her own. At least means we can come and go as we please. That does make it perfect for having secret meetings here at the quiet little back table. Oberon? Yeah, got something serious to discuss. I know you all kept quiet about this after we left the Welsh Woods. I appreciate your consideration. Time is not on our side. Woodwost's army still has Londinium surrounded. We're going to defeat them. Yeah. Gonna need a katana. What? What do you make me one more, Muramasa? Huh? I'm a grown man. Can't keep fighting with a tree branch forever. Your katana is so cool. You think it'd be okay if I wore one on my waist too? Are you nuts? You don't carry a katana for looks. This isn't iron dangerous for fairies. Exactly. Don't worry, it would be just for show. Never actually use something that dangerous. Okay, sorry, I got it. Did I say this? The most you're getting out of me is a bamboo sword. Oh, repeated it. Oh, Oberon. Oh, Oberon. Good to see Oberon feeling better again, isn't it, Horsey? Yes, it is. Sounds like a joke, but he's really serious about this katana idea. How could you do this to me, Muramasa? Even stingier than I thought. Did you forget how you could only beat Barghest with my help? It's got nothing to do with this. Can't give you a katana when you don't even know how to use one. Gotta admit, you're pretty good in that fight, though. Was he? But he said you weren't much good in a fight earlier. Were you just being modest? Yes and no. I don't like pain, and my abilities make me much better at serving in a support role. That is true, after I learned how normal phantasm works. Plus, I didn't really want to draw attention away from the Child of Prophecy. If she thought her companions were more capable than she was, Toya probably wouldn't have slunk back to the Tintagel long ago. Probably would have. So I decided to avoid the limelight until she started feeling a little more confident. Good point. probably would have just gone back to Tintagel if you had, yeah? See? At any rate, that was my one foray into combat. Wasn't myself back there. He can't give himself away. The foreign mage is supposed to guide the child of prophecy, not me. So was he actually upset then? Like he actually cared for his caterpillar friends? I'm not going to overstep my bounds anymore. From here on, this battle is for the two of you to fight. Besides, now that the Welsh forest has been burned down, my part in all of this is probably just about over. Yeah, sure. Oberon? Guys, Mike just told me some big news. What's with all the long faces? Did you already hear about it from my patron or something? No, we haven't heard anything. What's all this about, Da Vinci? Well, some of the refugees from Norwich who escaped to Salisbury headed off to Londinium this morning to join their Round Table army. News travels fast. Is it because we defeated Gawain? Yep. Apparently the news of her defeat have already made its way across Britain. Have an idea or two who might have gone around spreading that rumor? Did Lancelot go around, hey everyone, Gawain lost, ha ha ha. Never mind that for now. The important thing is that people are starting to really put their faith in the Child of Prophecy now. The enemy thinks the Round Table army is just going to stay holed up in Londinium, but can muster enough fighters to go on the offensive. We can defeat Woodwolves before the Queen sends reinforcements. Exactly. But only if we keep getting more fighters from across the country. And if you're going to make that happen, we've got only one option. Can you do this for us, Oberon? Of course. Says you guys have already met the criteria Aurora laid out. Oh, we're gonna ring the bell? All that's left now is for her to hold up her end of the deal. Let's go get your reward for saving Norwich. Okay, a little bit of a shorter episode. But I think I'll call it there just because that is a pretty decent stopping point, and I feel like we're fighting an alter ego? But Morian shows up as like, haha, I have a battle right now, suckers. But I feel like it's not going to go as easily as it seems. Like, come on, there's no way Aurora isn't evil. Come on. Right? Maybe. Plus, like, we've got to kill time before going back to the Londinium, right? So it's probably going to take a while. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time for some more Avalon le Fae. Yeah, bye.